Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to Bronco Nation Live, albeit a little bit tardy. We appreciate y'all's patience. We just can't get a break from technical difficulties here, but hopefully the quality is a lot better, and hopefully it was good too. So better late than never, I guess, but we got a lot to get to. A lot of you are already in the chat, which we really appreciate. Great to see so many of you here tonight. Usual suspects: Tim Kiley, Technical Disasters, Ali Dubois, Tahoe Traveler, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of new people that we don't see a ton: Dino Brong, Zach Loescher, Seth Fontenot, and many more. Thank you all so much for joining us. We got a great night. It's great to see all of you. And I think we're just going to dive right into it. And we're going to start off first with industry news. Matt?
Let's do it. We'll go ahead and jump right in with industry news. There's not a whole lot of big news that's come out recently. I think the biggest thing is something that I've seen floating around on Facebook. But that's the recall over the transmission issue. And apparently there's been a recall for a transmission issue. Try saying that 5 times fast. Gosh. For a loose bolt in the 10-speed transmission. It's only affected 944 vehicles assembled between November 22nd and January 23rd. And that does include Broncos. So those are not 944 Broncos, but some of those are included. We also have Explorers, Mustangs, and the Lincoln Aviator. So apparently this is a recall for preventing the parking gear from engaging and increasing the risk of a rollaway. So if you do have a Bronco that has been built during that time period, then make sure you go ahead and follow up with your dealer and get that checked out. But hey, at least you've had a Bronco that's been built, which is better than some people, right?
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. That's right. Another piece of interesting news I saw was The Drive has reported that GM's president stated that the company will not be developing a rival to the Bronco or the Jeep Wrangler that is gas-powered. So that was his qualification there. So who knows if GM's going to develop something to compete with the Bronco.
GM can't develop anything good these days.
I know. Well, we'll have to just wait and see.
Not great.
No, I had a rental Blazer once, and I was like, this is not what a Blazer should be. It was completely domestic, very tame.
I think that's exactly what it's meant for, Matt.
That is exactly what it's meant for. But the reason they gave for that was it would hurt their corporate average fuel economy. So I thought that was interesting, trying to keep fuel economy. So who knows? Maybe they'll have a hybrid
and cheat around it.
Yeah, or maybe they'll have something electric. I know Jeep had the the electric, fully electric. I think it was the Recon they teased, right? Yeah. So who knows?
Have the 4xe, which I see a ton of.
I'm starting to see a lot of this. Someone, my neighbor has one. I see it plugged in. I'm like, is that a plugged in Jeep Wrangler?
Sure.
So who knows? Eventually we may have a Bronco that's a hybrid or fully electric plug-in. Those are the biggest Bronco news there. We also have production numbers. So for January, we had sales of 10,170 vehicles. So that's the transition of the vehicle to the customer. That's a 2.3% decrease from December. But again, these are times when people may not be working. I know they're shut down a little bit over the holidays. So 10,000, we'll see what that looks like going into February and March and the rest of the year. And then actual production was 8,800 vehicles for January. So that's also it's about a 19% decrease from December. So, I don't know if that's due to them being shut down for holidays. I assume they would also be shut down in December, right? But maybe there are still some ongoing delays or reasons that production would be lower than normal. No, delays.
Not a chance.
No, well, we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens here over the next few months. That's all we've got for news, though. I don't know, Laura, you want to add anything there?
Yeah, specific to the Bronco community, some of it may affect you guys. March 7th is coming up as the deadline for when Ford wants you to move on that incentive that they gave you to switch off of Wild Track, Sasquatch Package, Lux Package, and Mick Hardtop. So if you haven't talked to your dealer yet, now would be an absolutely great time to do that, because a lot of dealers are saying that they may not have capacity to change orders next week, 2 weeks, in a week. So move quickly. You don't want to be caught where you decide you do want to take advantage of that credit and get the 2,500 for canceling or changing your order, and then be held up by the dealer. So if you have talked to your dealer and they feel confident with their allocations that they will be able to accommodate your order as is, and they feel like they can push that through with Ford, you don't need to make a change. No promises, but you'll be high on the possibility of being within one of those constraints that gets built. Or if they say we advise you to change, then go ahead and do that as much as you don't want to, just because it's either that or you won't get built and then you lose price protection. And I mean, that's a call that you have to make, whether you want to be price protected with the private offers this year, or if you feel like you would rather just wait to get exactly what you want. You've got a couple options, but the deadline is coming up. And in that article that we posted, I think yesterday on the bronconation.com on the news page, if you look it over, we put the number of constraints, the percentage points that Ford would be able to build on these. So take a look at that, see what you have on your order, see how much you want to change that, and then make that decision. I would say this week, Bronco, I don't know if they're scheduling on March 2nd yet, but if they are, you'll have one more chance to be pulled. If not, there is no Bronco scheduling this week. You'll be in that kind of funnel at the end where the dealers are trying to deal with a bunch of order changes right at once. So that's why I think that you should make a call quickly, but I know it's a tough choice to make. So if you are in that boat where you're still trying to decide, get in the forums, ask people if it's worth it, what is worth it, what you could do without, look around on lots to see if you can find a Bronco that is built close to your specs, and hopefully you can get in a vehicle really soon.
Yes, well, thank you, Laura, for that information. Ragnar Kahn said Granger's deadline is March 3rd. So there are some dealers, Laura, as you mentioned, that are a little bit earlier than the March 7th deadline. So make sure you get those in. Speaking of amazing dealers, Mitch Watts is in town, or in the chat, I should say, in the house. And Mitch Watts gave us a very kind super chat. Thank you so much. He said, you guys are amazing. That is all. Mitch, you're amazing. That is all. I finally got to talk to Mitch this last week for the first time in way too long. So Mitch, it was great to catch up with you for a minute, and hope to see you at Supercell East in a couple months, which we'll get to some announcements about that in just a few minutes. But Mitch, thank you as always. You're wonderful. Great to have you a part of the community. Bronco Fun said, funny how young the presenters are. The average Bronco buyer is in their 60s. I just don't think that's true. If you look at all our metrics, it skews a lot younger. Maybe Gen 1 Broncos, sure. But no, we have fun here. We like to keep it young and fresh. And
I'm close to my 60s.
Laura's close to her 60s anyway. Yeah, she takes the average age way up here.
I do.
Don says he's only 58. See, look, Bronco dude, nowhere near 60. It's a young, lively group, guys. But it's fun. Speaking of events and Supercell East, that is what we're going to talk about next. Cue the little event thing, if we have it. There we go. There it is. Well, we are going to start with recapping KOH Base Camp. For those of you who met us all out in the desert of Johnson Valley just a few weeks ago, we had an amazing time seeing over 200 people attend Base Camp with dozens and dozens of Broncos, trail rides, fireside chats, all sorts of fun stuff, as well as some special announcements from ourselves. We are now partnering with ARB, and all the ARB Bronco parts are now available on our website. And we also announced that Ford Performance parts will be available on the Bronco Nation website at the end of March with member exclusive pricing as well. But I want to go around the horn here. First, if anyone in the super chat was at Base Camp, let us know. Let us know what your favorite memory was. And we're going to go around the table here with the exception of London, because you didn't, unfortunately, get the pleasure of joining us. But Matt and Laura, what did you think about Base Camp and KOH as a whole this year?
I loved it.
I think it was
anything else.
Well, I wanted to give Matt a chance at it. Remember, we never let Matt talk before.
It was really cool. I think there were so many Broncos there. Not even just Bronco Base Camp Broncos, but it seems like everywhere you turn, there's just people that have Broncos that are pretty built out. I know we had a lot more space this year compared to last, and we definitely needed that for the number of people that were there. So it was awesome. It was a really good time. Laura, I'm going to let you speak a little bit more. Give a little more detail.
I have a whole host of pictures to show, so that's why I wanted to give a fair chance at that one. No, I think it's absolutely like one of my favorite events because it's so different than all the others. It's wild. It's just a awesome setting in the desert with nothing around, but this entire lake bed full of, I don't know how many people were there this year. Last year was 80,000, but more than that. And you're off-roading and you're being fun and you're seeing crazy builds and kind of getting to enjoy watching other people do, I don't want to say dumb stuff, but
it's
no,
dumb
we can
stuff.
say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
dumb stuff for
yeah.
sure.
And I mean, you go out there on Chocolate Thunder at night and you're watching people just rip it up the boulders, and it's a great time.
Yeah, we have a few people in the chat that were there. The Bronco Adventures, who's in the chat, was there. Bronco was there. Great to see you guys as always. Tahoe Traveler, same with you. Great to see you as always. So lots of people from the Bronco Nation were there. It was our biggest base camp yet, which we're super excited about. And people have already asked when they can sign up for Bronco Base Camp at KOH 2024. So glad you guys loved it. And we cannot wait to see you next year. Laura's going to show some pictures from base camp a little bit later on. But yeah, it was a phenomenal year. I feel like each year we've improved something. And of course, the more people that get their Broncos, the more people are able to attend, which makes the experience overall better. And Bronco and Ford swept the 4600 class for the second year in a row, which is super cool. And all three teams came through base camp, and people got to take pictures with their Bronco and all the competitors and all that stuff, which is really cool. There's a whole group photo actually on our Instagram and Ford Performance's Instagram, so you can go check that out. But it was very, very tender, wholesome moment that I thought was pretty great, and we are super excited for the next one. Are we doing KOH picks now or later?
Yeah, we can do them right now.
Oh, perfect. Let's just dive into that.
All right, Jason, if you want to put those up on the screen. So this was from one of our trail drives. This was Rattlesnake Canyon, and we went out one day with a whole group, and we had our off-rodeo trail guides, Evan and Greg from New Hampshire, with us. Not on this specific one. I think we went with let's see, what did we go on this one? We did so many trail drives, and then we had Corey from Texas.
Corey took us on this one, yeah.
Yeah, and then we
Evan.
had those. Yeah, and then we had those 3 leading Bronco knoll runs throughout the week too, which we did a lot of. We wanted to make sure everybody had that experience. But we have a lot of graduates from Bronco Base Camp, so to speak. So we've got people who have been, and they're getting more comfortable with their Bronco. They've been to off-rodeo. They are ready to try a little bit more. So we built in this one, and it was a fun time. We got to watch some people try out some of the side quests on the trail, and pop a bead and do some things. But excellent driving, excellent rigs, just part of being out on the trail. So great time there. And then Jason, if you want to go to the next one.
Fireside chat.
Yes. So if you guys are seeing that, yeah. This was when we were with ARB. We did campfires every night, and we had partners and friends of Bronco Nation there for several of the nights. This one was with ARB, and they brought over 2 of their Broncos, and we got to talk to them about some of their recovery gear and parts that they're offering right now on the gear store. And then we also had Fox and Jason Shear come one night, and it was race dependent if we could get Vaughn and Lauren out there, and we were not able to the last night, but we did get some extra time with those guys too, so we were appreciative of that. And I think that's the next picture. The last one that we had of the group. So we, like Jordan mentioned, we had the opportunity to pose in a photo op with everybody from base camp that was around, and the race trucks, and Brad and Roger Lovell, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Laura Healy, and Bailey Cole and Mitchell Thorpe were there. So it was a fun time to talk to them about the race, and all those people are so generous with their time with the community. And I know that they would just think they're doing a typical day. They love talking to people and love hanging out with us, and we appreciate them coming by and after a race being willing to spend some time talking more about the race rather than decompressing. But it was a great time with them, and we're always appreciative of those special opportunities that we tend to get at base camps. And then 2 more from KOH. I've got a couple set of pictures of people with their Broncos. So we've got Ray right there in the middle, came all the way from Connecticut with his Raptor, and had a great time. I think, from what I hear, we had a great time with all of these people here. And if you are coming to a future base camp, you can get an idea of. You see our tents in the background. You see some of the overlanding setups that people come with,
Lots of
and then
dust.
of course you can always come with RV as well too. And then the next one, I think, is our last. It is. We've got a bunch more of our friends that we have had at past KOHs and
there's
other
the
base
Bronco
camps.
crew.
Yes, exactly. The Inland Northwest Bronco Club is having their event this Saturday in Washington. You'll want to make it out to that if you're in the area. There's a link on the Bronco Nation calendar that you can sign up with, and I'm sure they have more details on their own personal Facebook pages, but you can message them through the forums too. So that's some of the fun that we had KOH. Gives you a little look at the scenery and the escapades that we did together. So it was definitely a great time.
And Ben said it was not as cold as last year. That's very true. It did. The weather was really nice, with the exception of the wind on Sunday and then the following Saturday. I feel like the weather was fantastic.
It was.
It was great. It was a really nice year. So yes, thank you all so much who came this year. We hope to see even more of you next year. We're super excited. It's quickly becoming one of our favorite events of the year. And we hope to come back for many, many years to come. Speaking of base camp and speaking of upcoming events, Laura, we got some news to share with
there is
the crew
more
tonight. There is more.
So Super Celebration East in Townsend, Tennessee, coming up April 19th through the 22nd. If you have been to Super Cell East before, you know that it's still probably in the running for sure of the largest collection of early generations in one event. And it's been branching out, obviously, to include the 6th gens. And we will be doing a base camp there. We've reserved some spots at a campground. We will have room for less than 20 parties. So we're going to do the same drop that we did with KOH, where we let you know when registration will be open several days in advance, so you're aware of it. And then we'll launch registration. It'll be a first come, first served. We'll just be a minimal cost. We're just going to pass through what it costs for borrowing the campsite. And we will be doing some 6th gen runs specific to Bronco Nation on Thursday. We'll have some fun times together, and I'll wait to announce the full schedule, but we also have a drive plan for Friday. And then Bronco Driver does a great job with their events. And Tom has plenty of other trips and trails and dirt drives and danger drives planned for Supercell East. So we hope we'll see you guys there at that one. A lot of fun. If you have not been to Townsend before, it is a small town right there in the mountains.
Emphasis on small.
Yeah, so if you haven't booked spots to stay yet, I was watching Tim Bartz on Long MacArthur, and last night he was saying that hotels and Airbnbs are at about $1,000 a night right now.
Wow.
So it books up fast. Small amount of restaurants, not a lot of things to do. The campground is going to be camping for sure. It's not going to be anything luxe, but we just want to make sure that you guys are aware of what you're going into when you sign up for it. And it'll be an absolutely great time down by the river. But we'll have more details. So just get that in the back of your mind. See if you guys want to be able to come out to that. If you already have lodging, you could probably just switch over to us if you get one of those spots. Otherwise, we'll see you right there on the show field.
Laura will be there. I will be there. We'll be selling merchandise for those who asked at KOH. We're going to have our whole suite of merch there. It's going to be a really fun year. Lots of exciting things that we're going to be doing, that Bronco Nation specifically is going to be doing for the first time at Supercell, the drives being one. So you are not going to want to miss it. Is Base Camp open to members only, Laura?
Yes.
Yes. Base Camp is open to members only. So if you are a Bronco Nation member, you'll be able to sign up when that comes out. Base Camp at KOH sold out very, very quickly, and the spots here are even more limited. So if you do want a spot, be on the lookout for when that'll drop, because we anticipate spots going super quick. But it's going to be a great time. We're really excited. We can't wait to see you all in a little over 2 months. And then after that, we have another very exciting event. I can take this one. For the first time, Bronco Nation is going to be at Moab Bronco Safari. You heard that right. We are not going to Easter Jeep Safari this year. We are switching and going to Moab Bronco Safari at the beginning of May, which we are super excited about. I went last year just as an attendee to kind of scope it out, and it was such a well-run event that we really enjoyed. Huge variety of trail runs for all difficulties and abilities and skill levels. There's great giveaways, great prizes. It's just a great time of community in a really pretty area in a week that's not as jam-packed like EJS is. So we're looking to have a base camp there. We're just finalizing, we're just flushing out some final details, but we are going to be at Moab Bronco Safari the first week of May. So mark your calendars, be on the lookout for more details, and we cannot wait to share more of that with you. But Moab's certainly one of my favorite places, one of the team's favorite places. Lots of great events we've had there, and we're super excited to bring the base camp experience to Moab Bronco Safari for the very first time. So if you're going to be at either one of those, let us know in the super chat. I know Ali is going to be at Supercell East. Tim Kiley said, I'll get back to that in a second. Technical Disaster said, I'm going to that. Which one are you going to, Supercell or Bronco Safari? Seth said he's going to Supercell, but he's staying at the Mountaineer Camp. Tile Traveler, Moab Bronco Safari, May. Yes, Tile Traveler. Hope to see you there. Bronto said, definitely interested in that. Hope you come out. We'd love to have you. So yeah, it's going to be, Technical Disaster that is going to be at Bronco Safari. Awesome. And Wild Rapper said, London, I hope you have some great merch coming. So we plan to have merch at both of those events, and London's going to talk to us about that in just a little bit. First time Moab ever, Technical Disaster. That's fantastic. I remember my first time going to Moab. It's absolutely beautiful, an incredible place to off-road, and we're going to show you some really awesome trails. So be on the lookout for Moab Bronco Safari. But 2 base camps announced tonight, which is fantastic. One more event, well, it's a series of events, but one more we're going to talk about is Bronco Off-Rodeo, Bronco Nation Takeover Days. The first one being March 18th, just about 3 weeks from now in Texas. There are still a few spots for the Big Bronco and Bronco Sport available, so if you want to come with us, go ahead and register at broncooffroadeo.com. When you get to the checkout page, all that stuff, there's like an additional comments box. Let them know in there that you're a Bronco Nation member, enter your member number, and they will automatically stick you in. Our group, one thing important to note, Bronco Off-Rodeo guest fees skyrocket on May 1st. So if you want to sign up for Off-Rodeo and you're planning to take a guest and you don't want to pay an exorbitantly larger guest fee, sign up in the next 6 days, because those guest fees do launch. Yeah, they go to space. The guest fees are going to space on March 1st. So if you want to be in our group on May 18th, make sure you register then. And then June 9th, did I get that right?
Yes.
June 9th in New Hampshire. That is also available for Bronco Nation members, Bronco Sport, and Big Bronco. So you can register, same exact process. Go to broncooffroadeo.com, register for June 9th in New Hampshire, select the New Hampshire location and the date of June 9th, enter in the but again, if you want to bring a guest and you want to save some money, register before March 1st because those go up. It's going to be an awesome day. We got some special surprises for you guys that you won't get on your regular off-rodeo day. Laura and I will be at the one in Texas, and we'll also be at the one in New Hampshire. We will also be at Bronco Supercell, and we will also be at Bronco Safari. So if you want to come hang out with us, join the crew. We would love to see you. I know there's people who have already gone to off-roading that live in the Texas or the New Hampshire area that just want to come and hang out. We are working on a meetup in the evening, kind of like we did the Bronco barbecue thing last year. So you can come in the evening around 4:30 or 5, hang out at base camp, and just meet people, see their Bronco, stuff like that, kind of like a cars and coffee, but a Broncos and barbecue, if you will. So we are working on that. Stay tuned. We've had a lot of interest in that, and we want to make sure that you can still come and enjoy and meet people, even if you're not attending off-rodeo that day. Laura, any other details while I read through these super chat comments?
You start reading. Just to let you guys know, we are doing 2 more takeover days.
Yes.
3 more takeover days. Actually, we'll do Moab and we'll do Las Vegas. Unfortunately, we wanted to announce those days before on this live stream, but they don't have the calendar open yet for those yet. So we will be able to announce those soon, hopefully. Maybe a little bit later, but we can't yet. So just know they're coming. If you really want to do Bronco Nation Takeover and you really want to do Moab and Las Vegas, keep that in the back of your mind because you do have to use your Ford credit, of course, to go to these.
And any announcements? I know somebody asked, I think it was Ali earlier, said, can you go again for a second time? We don't have any announcements to make on that, but
No.
It's not off the table, I don't think, for the future. Where did it go? Bronco Dude Jordan, any plans on a Bronco Nation event in Canada? Not as of now, although we are exploring international options. So who knows? Maybe we can come to Canada. Laura's the closest to Canada, so maybe we'll dispatch her up there. I'd love to go to Vancouver. Oh yeah, you've been
Still
saying that for
expired.
quite a few
I
months
know.
now. You
Gotta
need to
drive
get
over
on
the
that.
bridge.
Laura's gonna miss all these international adventures.
I am.
War Eagle, Art Hickman. Allie said she's gonna keep asking. Please do. Don't ask us. Email like the Bronco Off Rodeo team. They're the ones who can change it. We can't change it.
Info
So,
at broncooffroadeo.com.
info@broncoffrodeo.com. Let them know. Voice of the people. Come on, guys. So yeah.
While you're reading those, Jordan, I was just going to answer GS, the BN article that references current build constraints. That one is the latest one on the news page. If you go to it right now, it's called 2 weeks left. Received 2,500. I don't know. I wrote it. Received 2,500 and best chance at scheduling. So if you go right to the bronconation.com news, you'll see it there. It's about halfway down the article.
John Bronco said, Bronco back to Iceland, make it happen. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. We need to visit you again in Iceland, John Bronco. We couldn't find him last time, so we got to go back to really find him this time.
Still out there somewhere.
He's still out there. Everyone's saying you can just go to Moab. That's true. Like if you guys just show up in Moab, they're public trails. I'm not endorsing it, but I'm saying I can't stop you.
Well, I mean,
I'll leave it at that.
I think we could endorse going out to Moab and going on public trails.
No, I know, but we can't. We can't just suddenly have a group of 50 on the takeover day.
Yeah, if you go see the off-rodeo group, maybe keep your distance from them.
Although we've had that happen before. So yeah, no, we can't restrict you in Moab. The other places we can, we'll just shut the gates and lock you up.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. All Terrain Nation, welcome. I see you in the chat. Next, people have been asking, London, it is your time to shine. The updates everyone has been waiting for. I know somebody in particular. Where is it? Tim Carley has been asking. When are the flannel shirts going to be back in stock? And all the other glorious merch updates. What you got for us?
Yeah, so we just launched flannels like I think a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and you guys pretty much sold through all of those. I think I looked today and we had like 6 left. So go look, and if you see your size, grab it because those are flying out. But we are looking to do a restock, so I'll keep you guys updated in the forums. I'll post in there, and we'll post something on social media too, so you guys can see.
Yes.
But first of all, we have a new Gear for Good shirt coming up, which we're really excited about. This whole team here has seen the designs, and we all love it.
It looks amazing.
It's really
super cool.
So if you have seen the Gear for Good shirt that we had in the past, we still have a few of those left if you want to check that out. But like I said, we will be rotating the design. And then spring merchandise we have coming, I'm going to say a couple months, about a month and a half out, but we are excited for that. And like Jordan said, it will be at Supercell East and some of the other events too. And we have some exciting stuff that's not necessarily like t-shirts and sweatshirts that will be at the events. So we're excited for that. And then lastly, I actually have something with me today.
Show and tell.
Yes, show and tell. This is our Bronco Nation dry bag, which is available in the store right now for members only, in the member only. This, yeah, you guys can see right there all the items. But this dry bag is actually, it's really big. You can fit a lot of stuff in there, and I think it's a great piece to kind of, keep in your Bronco and, take if you're going for a day on the river or kayaking or whatever. But you can see, I mean, it's bigger than like my whole head. So yeah, you can put a lot of stuff in there.
Fit a lot of things.
But yeah, definitely check out the members only section if you are a Bronco Nation member, and we're going to have some fun stuff added to that as well. So keep your eyes open to the gear store, and then, we'll be posting in the forums and social media.
Someone asked earlier about the fender badges. Give us the rundown. Where are we at with fender badges?
Yes, so we have the fender badges are live in the store. Those will be shipping out in March. So we're a couple of weeks away from the shipping date. I'm sure that's what most people are wondering. They are still a pre-order, but like I said, they'll be shipping out soon. And we still have most styles available, or most trim packages. So
Wild Track is sold out. Badlands is almost sold out. But I think we're restocking those two, maybe?
We're looking to do that. So if you guys are interested in one of the styles that's sold out, so right now, Wild Track, make sure you sign up for the email notifications. And that helps us gauge too, how many of you guys are interested in wanting to purchase it.
And we will have them for sale at, see right there, notify me when available. There you go. We will have those for sale in person at Bronco Super Celebration East as well. So we got a little bit of pushback on the pricing, but they're worth it because they're very high quality and they're licensed Ford merchandise. And a lot of the stuff you find on Etsy that has plastic and fades is not authorized. So for those who want it for $30, these are steel, enamel plated steel, and they're really nice. So if you want to touch them and feel them before you buy them, come to Supercell East or Bronco Safari. We will have them on sale there, and we'll install them for you too. If you want us to install them right there on the show field, we are happy to do that, and we won't even charge you for it. So
it might be a little bit crooked, but
and you don't have to pay shipping. Yeah, and we'll honor your member discount. What a deal!
It's a win-win for everybody.
Body color fender badges
and satin finish.
We are looking into this, but we don't have any news on that right now.
We don't have any. We're just trying to get these first ones out the door, and then we'll reassess. For those who have ordered, I saw somebody ask earlier about Heretic lights and Trail racks. For those of you who are affected by the Trail rack, no. For those of you who are affected by the Heretic delay, those started shipping out this week. A giant batch went out. So if you were on the early end, like back December, November, Black Friday timeframe, and you were affected by that Heretic delay, your products have started to go out the door, which is great. So we really appreciate your patience. We know the Heretic team has been working really hard. It's just one of those supply chain issues that were out of their control, but they're back and running. All Trail Racks orders that have not shipped yet will be shipping out this week. And I don't think there's any more delays on those. I think they have a lot of stuff in stock. So if you're looking to get those two, they are our favorite light company and our favorite rack company by far. We've taken them around the country, over to Iceland, here, there, and everywhere, and have nothing but phenomenal things to say about each of those products. Those will be all on the Iceland Bronco, which will be at Supercell East. So if you want to come and check those out and see what they're made of, please do. But yeah, they're super cool. And you can order them today. Any other merchandise things? Event stickers? There are some about event stickers, London.
Yes, we, for those of you who have joined us at events, we have special stickers for each event that we go to. And we are thinking about selling these in a pack as well for this year. So, if you want to get all the event, Matt has one. Matt has all of the
Shouldn't you have to go to an
so
event to get an event sticker?
We were talking about this for some people who either missed it at the event or.
I think you have to. Yeah. I think you should have to send proof to get one. I don't think you can get an event sticker if you didn't go. Yep. That's cheating.
Proof of event attendance.
That's
a selfie from an event. Then maybe we'll send you one.
Perfect. Somebody asked earlier, where is it? I need to go. Oh, for also All Terrain Nation, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on a couple weeks ago. By the way, it was great talking to you. He said, "Who is ready for a rail bed after Hammers?" We're not going to discuss that, but people in the super chat, you can chime in. Somebody asked, I need to find the question. Oh, here, Bronco Dude, Laura, Bronco DR or Bronco Raptor?
Well, I've only driven one of those because Jordan's the only one's driven the DR, but I enjoyed watching. I would say DR. I mean, you got to go with the DR, but
that's like apples and oranges. Those are so different.
DR, Raptor, Badlands. I'd go DR, Badlands. Raptor doesn't suit my needs, but it's great. But I'm gonna get that Fox suspension on my Bronco at some point.
Please do. Somebody else asked. Oh, London Everglades merch, please. Do you want to address this, or I'm going to address it?
You can address it.
Okay, guys, we love you, but there has to be a business case, and there are just not enough Everglades in production to make merch. Because if we make it, we have to sell it. So
we would love to have every single Bronco, every color, every lift kit, everything you could possibly do.
Body-colored sunglasses.
We'd love to have that for y'all, but
yes,
we have to have a business.
We are a business that does have to make money, so maybe we'll do. Nope, not even opening that can of worms. Never mind.
How many Everglades are out there? I'm kind of curious about that. I've seen one on the road, and that was it.
The last I heard,
maybe it's speculation.
Was speculation. It was low.
Yeah,
like in the.
Someone said there are 42 Everglades. Yeah, probably.
More than that.
The last I heard, it was like a few hundred, reaching into like the 1000s. It was not like.
Wow.
20, 34. It was like 4 digits of production numbers. If
you have an Everglades with desert sand,
you are a rare bird.
Rare,
like Stephen Jacob. Yep. Got a special Bronco.
You are a rare bird. Race truck isn't really road legal. True. The DR is not road legal, but apparently if you buy like a body and you put it on there with a VIN number, you could make it road legal. Where there's a will, there's a way. Bronto asked, how about rigid or Baja designs? I want Heretic, but the back order was inhibiting. Fair enough. Rigid, just immediate right out the gate. Hard no. I have not enjoyed any rigid product I've run, and I would not tell you to spend your money on it if I'm being blunt. Baja designs, I don't have any experience with. I've heard good things. I personally have not tested them. Laura, Matt, London, any experience on any of those from you all?
Rigid, yes, but I can't give a fair review since I don't know if I should get into how the light bar was held onto Amber. But, when you're out in the field, desperate times, desperate measures. So I like Heretic products. I know there's plenty of other good ones out there. We are always trying to explore new partners that will make owning your Bronco easier and more enjoyable and making your build easier and more affordable. So never say never. Send it to info@thebronconation.com and we will see what we can do about it.
True.
Yeah. And Jordan did kind of mention this a few minutes ago, but like he said, everything is restocking right now. With Heretic and their supply, they have a lot of stuff. So if you want to place an order now, your back order will not be, 6 to 8 weeks anymore. It's going to be a lot quicker. So
yes,
definitely check that out.
Somebody asked, I need to find it. Who is, Trail Rex is in the chat. Hey guys, how's it going? Buy Trail Rex racks, guys. They're great. Not just saying that because they're here. It's because they actually are. Where'd the question go? I lost it. Oh, which member has bought the most from the store?
That's a good question.
They were in the
that's
chat.
private information.
They were in the chat at one point. But
I could pull that information, but I don't know if we want to share
I might be giving somebody a run for their money.
Right, yeah.
I have everything.
The Bronco Nation Adventure, does that include parts or not? It depends. If it's just
with parts, it's wild.
With parts,
you could go crazy for sure.
Bronco Adventures asked, curious, do you guys sell Fox suspension? What a great question.
That is a great question.
A phenomenal question.
We like Fox.
We love Fox. Fox is great. What
does that mean?
That means we really like Fox.
Yeah.
I know.
I do too. I got some
cool to sell their parts.
I got some Fox shocks today.
Take that as you will.
I did.
I'm gonna let these questions keep floating in because we kind of got off track. We'll get back to the Q&A at the end. Next, though, community. We're gonna do some of those, and then we'll jump back to the questions. Community, please.
So while community pictures are coming up, I was looking at that dry bag that London was showing, and I think it would be so much fun if we met up to do some things past off-roading at some of these after the event, a couple days before, after. So I was talking with Ed's wife from Ed and Karen at Inland Broncos, and we're going to do some hiking close to a trip. So kayaking trips might be in order too, but we will see about that. But we can have some merch now to go along with it. I'm seeing myself as Frozen, so if you guys all are seeing
you're good.
As Frozen too,
You're
okay.
good.
All right, perfect. So we will keep going. I'm not sure if we're at a picture yet, but
yes, we're at a picture.
Yep. Okay. So we're gonna. It's most
snow
likely
ones.
Michigan Run. So that was organized by Slash Racer. He couldn't make it, unfortunately, but that was in Luther, Michigan, in the Huron-Manistee National Forest. We've got some beautiful trails out that way, and we had Dino Bronco, we had Bronchitis, we had E.G. Bronco, we had Bronco Overlander, a bunch of people who are in Michigan who were able to make that, and I heard that they had a great time. The next one, we'll flip over to our New Mexico run. So that was organized by Daryl, and I think there was about 4 Broncos that went on there. We had Mel, we had Adam 1966, I believe, was signed up. I'm not sure who the last Bronco is, but I heard that they had a great time as well. And then we'll flash through some more things. You guys have just been doing so much with your Broncos.
Yes, it's fantastic.
This is all just this is just the last weekend. I think I have one peppered in here that was maybe a few days earlier, but it's great to see how much activity is going on with you guys enjoying your Broncos. So if you guys are seeing the gray Bronco, that is Man Trucks at Pearl Pass, second day of ownership. Got right out there, went camping on the third day. We'll flip to the next one. So you got 3 dogs there in the snow, went out to the Grand Canyon, and then played in some deep snow afterwards.
Tire cover.
Yeah, vibrant.
Very Arizona.
Then we have
Base camp.
Yep, KOH, and that was, I think, RetMed14, if I'm remembering the username correctly, picture. And then we have our unofficial photographer, Cal Gecko, coming in strong with a Bronco in the
Yeet.
air.
That's awesome.
He did Cars and Coffee and then went to ORV Park. And if you go
Those
into
headlights.
the photo thread on Bronco Nation, the forums, I think it's just called like photo thread, if I'm remembering accurately, you'll see some other pictures and you actually get to see Cal Gecko driving his own Bronco. Normally he's just taking pictures for everybody else, but awesome shot right there. And then one of our last ones here, we've got Robert, who came to Woodward Base Camp, drove all the way up from Atlanta, and his Bronco is there at Bronco Knoll. So we appreciate him coming out to a second one, and he is just making his way across the nation.
That's his second trip also to Bronco Knoll.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Oh, really? Oh, so he went beforehand.
He's driven from Atlanta to Johnson Valley twice.
That is nuts. That's crazy.
Yeah. You high mileage Bronco people, but we love to see it. Makes for great content. So, yep. So that's some from the community.
True. Fantastic. Thank you. We will dive back into the Q&A now. Brian Warren said, have you heard about the Bronco transmission loose bolt recall? We talked about that at the beginning. Matt, do you just want to recap that in 2 seconds?
So Broncos, there's a few Broncos built between November of 2022 and January of this year that were affected. Overall, it was 944 vehicles, which also includes Explorers, Mustang, and the Lincoln Aviator. So relatively few Broncos were affected. But if yours was built during that time period, you should get a notification and then have it taken to your dealer to get looked at.
Perfect. Thank you. Chris asked Jordan, what wheels were you supposed to have on your Raptor? The beadlock capable ones. They're like black, satin black inner with a kind of a carbonized gray beadlock ring. Those are the ones that were supposed to be on it and didn't quite make it. Technical Disaster asks, are you going to sell Fox? You'll have to wait and see. What does the Fox say? We don't know. You guys sounded off on what the Fox says in the comment section.
Let us know.
But let us know. Ich liebe Bilstein. Somebody else speaks German. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. How fun. There are going to be aftermarket Bilstein shocks available once the Ford Performance parts gets on our website. We had a chance to test some of those out at KOH, and they were fantastic. Really great upgrades. So between maybe Fox and the Ford Performance Bilstein upgrades, you guys are going to have some fantastic suspension options. The ARB Old Man Emu suspension systems are also available already on the Bronco Nation website. We also got to test those. They're also fantastic. So we're not going to put a product on the website that we ourselves don't love and wouldn't spend our money on. So you can trust if it's on the website, it's something that we really enjoy. So there's that. Someone said the Ford Performance lights are rigid, though. Yes, and those will not be on the site. But the Heretic ones are. Cool. I'm looking through some more questions here. Ragnar Khan said, anyway, if Jordan London can come up with the Fox shocks and UCA kit and sell them on the BN store, I'm sold. Well, sit tight. Sit tight.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. PG asked, this is a great question. How do we organize or connect with local members? Who wants to take that one?
I'll take it. So you can go on thebronconation.com and you can go to the events page and you can create an event for your area and put in whatever details you want. You can make it a meetup, you can make it a trail run, you can do whatever you want to do. And if you don't know people in that area, you're able to circle a radius and it's actually a slider now. You can slide for a radius of people in a certain amount of miles, and you're able to send an automated invitation out for those. Keep it reasonable. You probably don't want to try to invite 1,000 people. I know in Metro Detroit in some of those areas, yeah, you can, but
why are the pictures squashed?
I don't know.
Oh no.
So one thing to note is this is a member-only function to create an event. Anyone can join if they have an account, but you have to be a member to actually create that. And I've done it before. I created a trail ride event, and we had like 20 people show up, which surprised me. So
it's because you were there, Matt.
It's because I was there.
They wanted to see if you could off-road or not.
I've never off-roaded. I don't do that.
So that's one way you can do it. And then another way you can do it is just start a thread in the forums. We don't have a fantastic way to handle clubs, but there's threads for every club, and you can put, hey, I'm in whatever area, and I want to do this. And that's how some of them get started, and then they make their way to the calendar. But those are two options to easily connect with people. And then also, if you go to base camp, you leave with names and numbers of people to off-road with.
While you guys are here, go ahead and smash that like button. As I always ask, we can't leave until we get 100 likes. So we're going to sit here until you guys hit that 100 number. Tahoe Traveler asks, Fox, KOH Bronco, or Bronco Raptor? We actually have our full KOH Bronco walk-around video dropping tomorrow evening on YouTube. So make sure you watch that. That gives all the information, in-depth information on the Fox suspension on there, on all the underbody protection, the bumpers, the lights, all the stuff they got going in the special KOH edition Broncos. I have not driven it. I've gone on a trail drive with it, but I have not driven it, so I don't want to compare apples to apples. Don't want to compare them yet because I haven't driven it. But Bronco Raptor is great. I'm biased, but it's fantastic. Damn guy said, is there a way to mark products made in the USA? I'm looking for products made in the USA, not China. A lot of our vendors make their parts here in the US. Heretic makes their parts in the US. The factory is about 20 minutes from me. The same goes for Trail Racks. Their factory is about 20 minutes from me. So those products are made in the U.S. I'm trying to think of the others. There's a variety. Obviously, certain components.
Off-roads on there. It's in the U.S. 1552 is U.S.
No.
Okay.
No. Most all those larger ones you're importing from somewhere in Asia just because that's where the manufacturing is. And certain things like components, motherboards, certain things like that are made overseas. Bronkbuster, I believe, is made here in the U.S. I think it's made in Idaho specifically. So there's a variety. I'm sure we could market. We will talk about that and see what we can do. But that is a great question. Anything else, Laura, Matt, London, while I read through more of these questions?
No, but I did see Melissa Clark in the chat, and she was with us at KOH, and she hosted a navigational course while we were out on Rattlesnake Drive, so in the canyon. So I wasn't able to see how that went, and I desperately needed that class. So hopefully we'll have her back doing another one, or maybe more formally on the Bronco Nation. She has ran in the Rebelle several times. She took people to the Bronco Sport Summit, which is the Bronco Sport version of the Knoll. And I know people who have a sport would enjoy coming out to some of those things for sure. Very capable vehicle off-road. Great vehicle on road. I think, Jordan, you mentioned you had a whole discussion about Bronco Sport. Hey, we can probably get into that later. But it's misplaced.
We love Bronco Sport. I love Bronco Sport.
I do.
Seth also said ARB is not in the U.S. Correct. They're in Australia. Trying to convince the team that I need to take a trip down there for marketing, durability testing purposes, just to make sure that everything's good down in Australia with ARB. Yeah, really got to experience it in the Outback. So we'll see about that. Also, one question I want you guys to answer, and we'll review it in a little bit before I get into Laura's sport issue. Ford has been kind and generous enough to offer to send Ford personnel in and put them on the hot seat here on the live broadcast. We've had Bronco brand managers before. So if there's anyone from Ford specifically that you would like us to have on our broadcast to interview where you can ask them questions right here, let us know in the super chat. It's got to be within reason. We're not going to get Bill Ford on here. Maybe one day. We're not going to get Jim Farley on here, hopefully one day. But, if there's any other people in the Ford sphere corporately that you would love to see on the broadcast, they have been generous enough to offer to put them on the hot seat so you guys can talk to them and answer your questions. So All Train Nation said Bill Ford. Hey, we got Edsel Ford. Twice.
Bill Ford and Farley is suggested.
Bring Farley, yeah, because the exact answers I said not to give. Alpha Expedition said Mike Levine. That'd be a good one.
Go for gold, Jim Farley.
Ford video guy Tim Bart said I'll make you a list. Perfect. Yeah, send us a list. That would be great. Ford Performance Electronics. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but so yeah. Oh, the sport question. Can we just stop hating on the sport? Please?
I never started.
No, it did. No, the Facebook group.
I didn't. I know.
Oh, you didn't. No. But you go into some of those larger Facebook groups and somebody will post like, I just took delivery on Bronco Sport. And it's just like, you suck. That's not a Bronco. You're horrible. Go to hell. Like, people are just mean.
Yeah,
so
that's misplaced.
An inclusive community.
What I've told people is the sport will do everything that you need it to do.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that, you might want to do it, but you don't necessarily need to. And it's like having driven the sport off-road, and especially the Badlands that has, a little bit more capable. It's really impressive. It handles surprisingly well, and it's pretty comfortable too.
And the center of gravity is so low that like in the dunes and going fast around, tight turns and stuff, it handles super, super well. Melissa's won the Rebel Rally twice in it, so I'm sure she can attest if she's still in here. I got Laura Karsick in a sport because of how well it handled on a dirt track. So that thing can really get around. Its biggest deficit is the ground clearance, but I'm sure the majority of you are not rock crawling your sports, but hey, prove me
And you
wrong.
still can.
I've been wrong before. You
still
can.
Yeah.
We need a dollar sport to like do the gambling.
I mean, I wouldn't. It was like rock crawling for this sport.
Yeah.
It wasn't, Bronco
I did a little bit
but
of sport rock crawling.
Yeah. No,
No,
it's
Matt.
a great vehicle.
No,
I
Matt,
think
you haven't done that.
Oh yeah, no, I've never. I've only done that Target run that we did to see how many plastic bins we could fit in the sport.
True. Oh wow, that's a throwback. That was one of our
years ago.
That was one of our early YouTube days.
I remember
Goodness
that was
gracious.
before the sport came out. We went through a drive-through, and they were like, "Is that the new Bronco?" And they wrote it down, and and then we were like, "No, just hold on. The
I
big
was
Bronco's coming."
so nervous driving that thing.
Yeah.
Very nervous driving that thing. People have said Vaughn and Lauren. Those would be great guests. Jason Shear would be a great guest. True. Jason actually took us on a drive on Sunday after KOH. That was super cool. He led us around some of the race course, and it was really neat to see. Jason's a phenomenal, outstanding guy. Just a really good person. So yes, I will vote that. Melissa said it's the best in the sand. And you can trust that opinion because Melissa can do, I think, damn near every trail on planet Earth. She's a Pritchett trail guide in Moab. If you don't know what that is, it's like level 9, super hard trail. She's done Rebel every single year it's been around, and she's won it twice in the sport. So Melissa's opinion is very, very valid. But yes, +1 for that. Someone else said the Facebook groups are a little ornery, and yes, they are. Somebody said also lots of hating on the 4-door Big Bronco. Also, that's very true. So many people are like, that has too many doors.
I was seeing hate on the 2 doors though.
Yeah.
So basically, you will find someone who hates.
People will hate
Everything you
everything
do.
that they don't
Everything.
have. Yeah,
True.
that's how
Just
it
like
is.
I hate the Bronco script.
Mm.
Which is-
Some opinions are valid.
Some opinions are valid. That's true. Just not the Facebook group's opinions.
We make the calls.
Yeah.
It's a factory option now, so I don't know if you can disagree with it.
What is?
Bronco script on the Heritage.
On the Heritage.
Oh,
But it's
God.
appropriately
get.
sized
But it's a sticker, isn't it?
on
Not on the
Heritage.
Limited.
Yeah, unlimited.
Here.
It's metal.
Why not add more complexity? The Bronco script is a tramp stamp. I agree. Hi.
Oh,
It's a hot
100%.
take.
That was technical disasters who said
Oh.
that. That wasn't my opinion. I'm just agreeing with the opinion.
hmm.
Another controversial thing is Bronco Raptor not having price protection. I think that is a load of baloney. People have been waiting for 2.5 years. Not my fault, not anyone's fault. And then you order your Raptor in September, and then it shows up on the lot in February, and it's $7,000 more than you thought it was going to be. Super
So
fun.
what I hear is that Jordan doesn't read my articles.
No, I texted you. I was like, well, I figured it was locked in when I ordered it. Like, I figured that was my price.
No, I know. Because
And
you were
then
doing MSRP.
Yeah, and then
But then it went up.
Signed deal sheet has the old price, and then Ford was like, haha, $7,000 more, and you're not
Yeah.
price protected. Like, come on now, guys, that's so lame. So someone didn't read my price protection charts. I went back and read them after I got the updated price, so I did read them just after the fact, and I still can be mad about it, guys. Very
for sure.
valid. Yeah. Someone said the 2-door Broncos are great. Censored word. And they are. They're super fun to drive. I don't like them as much in the whoops just because that the shorter wheelbase gives you like the head bob, which isn't super fun. But Bronco script is not the move, Will. You can just exit stage lefts right now.
But we are an accepting community, and if you have the Bronco script, that's totally okay.
Totally okay. Or
And Jordan has no words.
No.
Melissa said, we've been leading Wipeout Hill at the Moab Bronco Off Rodeo, and the 4-door does great. Yeah, true. That it is crazy how much, but how much wheelbase can come into things. 2-doors do handle exceptionally. They're super fun. Michael wants a Bronco Nation crying towel. Can we do that like a chamois?
Yeah.
I feel like we've needed that a long
Shop
time ago.
Yeah, ShamWow.
Is that limited edition for staff only, or does that apply to the whole community?
Can I have two? One for each eye.
Please.
Oh gosh.
Someone said having an opinion is not hating. That's true.
No.
But there is a line when it crosses into hating, like people hating on the Bronco sport.
No, and the same way, like with this, the script, it's absolutely fine. We just joke about it. It just got to be in every single Bronco. It was nice in the first one or two, and then there it was. But no hate if you actually have it.
Fair. Bronto said, what about the standard price protection program? It's my understanding that if you have one ordered with a VIN, then they increase the price. Ford should rebate the difference if the same name buys it. Is that correct, Laura or Tim Bart? Chat?
Yeah, Tim is a great resource. If you guys don't know about Tim Bartz and Sarah on Long MacArthur, they do Tuesday live streams. And if you are looking for dealer information, I know there's a lot of dealers who do YouTube channels, but I've recently discovered his and fallen in love with that live stream. I think there's so much useful information. I have an article coming out tomorrow based off of yesterday. So thank you, Tim, in advance. But he was sharing a screen that Ford sent the dealers, and it does break down by the 3 tiers of the C&I programs. And the way that I was reading off of that, it did seem to say that mid-year price increases, they don't carry over from year to year, but mid-year price increases would be protected along with your private offer if you were eligible. So I can let Tim answer that in the chat, but check that live stream out if you guys haven't yet. It's really good.
And it says they're going to get to meet Tim at Super Salt East, which will be fantastic.
Yeah.
Technical Disaster says, how about a flannel crying towel with the Bronco script?
Just incorporating all the things.
It sounds like one of those little pocket handkerchiefs.
Can we use it as a whip
little
flag
pocket
too? Because I know
square.
we've needed that.
Ooh, it could be
Whip
like
flag.
have 3 uses. Then we just
Yeah.
put it on a little pole and. What are your thoughts on custom badges? My Bronco is called Vader, and I have a custom badge that says Sith Edition. Is it like in the triangle that goes on the fender? Like, need a little more detail? Do you have a picture? Can you send us a picture? I've seen some cool ones.
I like them when people don't try to pass them off as, oh, now my Bronco is a 1 of 1 special edition. Like, no, it's just a Bronco that you put a badge on. But
Get humbled.
but I do think people taking that level of customization is cool. But I have seen that where it's like, okay, now it's worth so much more because it's a 1 of 1 build. I don't know. That's my take on it. But I do think it's cool. I've got some not custom but different badges on my cars, and so I'm there with you.
Matt has my other car's a Prius bumper sticker.
I do. What's wrong with that? I would love a Prius. The Raptor gets like 11 miles per gallon. It's terrible.
You would want a Prius. Gosh. Matt's a man of practicality.
I am.
Peanut butter sandwiches and Priuses.
Yeah, please.
PB and Prius.
PB and Prius. Merch. We're gonna have a whole merch line dedicated to Matt. Ragnar Khan said, so what I'm hearing is Jordan may have a dry deck jacket hanging around that he may not want because it has the Bronco script on it. I actually don't have a dry deck jacket with the Bronco script on it. But those are still available, right, London?
They are. Yes, we do.
Oh, the
have
Esteban style one, yeah.
Yeah, like the work jacket.
Yes, I was thinking the other dry
jacket.
deck that we had before. Yeah.
Mike Runyon, DM us a picture on Instagram. I'll look it up at the Bronco Nation. DM us a picture. We'll do a live in person
Live look.
jury right now. We did that at Seaman. It was really fun. You guys really liked that. As long as your custom badge doesn't include any angry Bronco eyes, go for it. Fair enough.
100%.
We have seen a lot of adaptations of the off-roadeo sticker or the off-roadeo logo, which is also very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting on Matt to show us his Bronco.
No Bronco, sadly.
Keep waiting.
I have a Mustang and an F-150 Raptor, so that covers. I feel like that covers it. I probably don't need a Bronco quite yet.
London went off-roading this weekend.
Okay. We're gonna table that right now.
But you did go off-roading.
I did.
There,
I
look at
went
that.
into
guys.
the sand,
She
right
is
on the beach.
practicing what she preaches, guys. She is spending her weekends off the pavement. Good for you.
Yes.
Waiting for that. Does Heretic make any lights that fit the capable bumper? Yes,
Yes, they do.
you do actually. They're newer. They're available for sale, and they're great. So go check them out. Badges are scratches and dents for real off-roaders. Yeah. That's a very Facebook comment. People are asking about tire covers. Are we looking at tire covers, London?
Not yet, but I'm curious what the demand is. I haven't seen too many in person, but I liked that one earlier. The Arizona colors.
True. If you guys have
cover.
a tire cover, you want them, let us know in the chat.
Where were we when we saw that off-brand one?
What?
With the broken paw, the horse. Was that a KOH? Poor thing.
I don't think I saw
Official.
that.
No, yeah, official merch. Yeah, official merch usually ends up with a better looking horse. So if you guys are looking for some official merch, we can explore that.
Somebody's talking. They're talking about Etsy now. There are people sell knockoff Bronco Nation merch.
We
on
get
Etsy.
reports of that. Yeah.
On Etsy, yeah.
But there was like Bronco Nation merch in like the peep pastel colors. It was like Easter line.
Mm-hmm.
For Valentine's Day, it was one of those. It was horrific.
It was the candy hearts, like the Valentine's candy hearts.
It was really.
I did see the Bronco calendar on there that everybody wants. I can't endorse because it's not official, but it's out there.
All of our merchandise is licensed Ford merchandise officially. So if you're not buying it directly from our website, then it's probably not licensed merchandise. So if you buy some pastel peeps, heart, Cupid, Bronco swag on Etsy, don't come to us when you need a refund.
I don't know if any of you remember this, but there was a guy talking about the tire cover he made that was essentially trashing his dealer because he had a really bad experience with his dealer.
Yes.
And he said when he felt angry,
I know what I'm doing at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
He said when he got angry about that, he would put it on and drive around and then take it off.
I saw somebody with a really good heritage one though. Someone did a heritage inspired one, and it was really nice.
I think that was at Woodward that
was at Woodward, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Janice asks, the best Bronco badge from where? Well,
the Bronco Nation gear store.
The Bronco Nation gear store. How many badge options do we have, London? Now run them through the litany.
We have Bronco, generic Bronco. We have Wild Track. We have Badlands. We have
Big Bend.
Black Diamond.
We have
Outer Banks.
Like Outer Banks.
We have the Black Grill badge. We have the White Grill badge. We're just badged up over here.
All the badges. We have stickers. You can get your member number on a sticker. You can put that on your Bronco.
I'm still waiting for that DM, Mike. We're ready. We're ready to put you on trial here. Tire covers remind me of 80s model conversion vans. You guys are extremely creative. Extremely.
With the blinds on the inside.
Ford only offers 32. True. Ragnar Khan says Ford only offers a 32 or 33-inch tire covers, so you got a bunch of Sasquatch buyers with 35-inch tires. Maybe a market. Great idea. You can do that. London, 35-inch tire cover.
Yes, I am making a note.
Note away. Oh, Mike sent the DM. Okay, guys. Let's see if it showed up. You guys have
what were we looking at? Badges?
Drum roll. Was this the badge that he made that he...
Yes, the Sith Darth Vader. All right, did you send it to the Bronco Nation Instagram? I'm looking. Unless it went into spam, which it could have. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Wait and see.
I'm looking. Come on now. Oh, here it is. It did go to spam.
You found it? Okay.
It did go to spam. Sorry. Oh, is it? Okay, here's one picture.
Okay.
Here's another picture. You guys ready?
Ready.
Okay, super chat people, get ready.
Good.
Sith edition from Mike Runyon. What says you?
That's actually really creative. I kind of like that. Not a huge Star Wars fan, but I respect it.
It's black and white. I think it's really cool. It's kind of based off the Outer Banks logo, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly better than the Bronco script. Okay, super chat, sound off. What do you guys say?
Your phone went dim.
Up.
There we go.
Okay, people like
Pretty
it.
Good. Pretty dope.
Man.
Outer Banks knockoff.
Still clean. I like that it's like simple. Like it's just black and white. There's no frills. You didn't overdo it. I think a lot of times people don't realize that less is more in certain instances. So look great on a Stormtrooper white Bronco. Darth Vader looks like a poodle. Oh, you guys are funny. It'd look good on a Bronco Raptor. Anyways, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say Bronco.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
There's 5th edition
That was
badge for
fast.
whoever wants it. Is this Etsy?
And it doesn't say Bronco, so it's not like violating trademark agreements. Matt, you're getting roasted for saying you're not a Star Wars fan.
Oh, no.
I'll take the blame with Matt. I've never seen it before, any of them.
Not. I just.
God, what?
No,
I respect
I don't
it,
watch
but-
movies.
Oh my gosh. I'm such.
Yeah, I have nothing to say. I have
Yeah.
no.
What about Lord of
I-
the Rings, Matt? Have you watched that?
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings is great.
Okay, see, I haven't seen
I'm a
that
fan.
either.
No.
I think I've
Never seen
every
Star Wars. Yeah, you're
y'all
being
can-
canceled. You're
Y'all
being
can roast
canceled.
Laura.
I've seen like 5
you're
minutes with my
canceled right now,
brother,
Matt.
and that's it.
All right, you can cancel me. It's fine.
You guys are both
You could
getting
be canceled for worse things.
My
That's-
life has
that's
still
true.
been great
The next
without
line
it.
is just London and I. That's all. That's what it's gonna be. Sorry, guys. You could
Star Wars Q&A chat.
We'll issue
Yeah.
we'll issue an apology on social.
Yeah.
I'm not your father.
Nope.
That's what Janice said. It's not what I said.
I saw that.
Never mind. Moving on. Any other things from you all? Laura,
No.
Lynn?
I don't-
From me.
I don't. Yeah, I think we're caught up on stuff.
Pretty good. I feel like we've
Yeah.
gone through a lot.
Yeah.
Housekeeping.
Excited
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
I didn't have anything in this section.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah.
Housekeeping. Okay, well, I'll go through housekeeping, at least my stuff. Social media. Follow us on social media at the Bronco Nation on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, where you are right now. Hit the big red subscribe button, the like button. We really appreciate it. And that's where you can get all the latest information if you're not super into reading news articles, as I'm not, because apparently I don't read news articles. Just kidding. I promote Loader's articles on social media.
Yeah.
Membership, Matt.
Yep. Make sure if you're not a member, then join the nation. We've got all
Today.
sorts of member exclusive items. Join today. We did switch. We only have one membership tier now, so $25 a year. You get a unique member number. You get access to all these exclusive items,
Such a bargain.
access to events, Bronco base camps, the member map. You can create events and invite other people to those. So it's a great way to get connected with the community, become an active member of the Bronco community, and show your Bronco pride, your Bronco identity. You've got your own unique member number. You've got access to the dry bag like London's got.
The dry bag, man.
The dry bag. All sorts of
Compelling
all
reason.
sorts of things.
Yes.
There's-
Sign up today. Ultra Nation. I'm one now. Haven't been a member since 21. Oof. It's like we won Ultra Nation back. That's the ultimate W. He was like the first one to publicly roast our member kit, and then we got rid of the member kit, and then he joined. See, listening to audience feedback, guys, comes in handy. Thank you, Ultra Nation, for coming back. We appreciate it. Glad we could bridge the gap. I think you were talking auto show.
And
Yes.
members get 10% off on pretty much everything in the gear store except for Yeti. So if you're going to buy something for your Bronco, all sorts of parts, apparel, like whatever you want, we've got it there. 10% off if you're a member.
And
You
base
buy
camps.
literally one part, and it pays for your membership.
Yeah, and
For
base
like
camps are
10
usually
years.
member first.
Yeah. True.
True.
Can we see the dry bag again, London? Wild
I'm not
Draft
sure if that's a joke.
2023. Yeah, no, don't either. Ta-da!
There you go.
It's like on The
Ooh.
Price is Right. You can. We need like
It's hard. I'm
We
sorry.
had this like the little da-da-da sound. We need that.
Yeah, look at this. It has a nice.
I'm excited by
yeah.
that one. I've got a
Roll
small
down.
Bronco one,
I need to get one of those.
but this
All
one's
Trade
bigger.
Nation said, "Well, the member kit was bad." Listen, we were struggling back then. It's okay. How many Good for Gear shirts do we need to buy to get Laura to watch Star Wars?
Good for
Okay,
gear.
we joked
Good
about
for here.
this. Good for Gear, Gear for Good. We joked about this at KOH that Laura was our next Gear for Good class.
Wait, what? Oh, my disabilities. Yeah. Well, because of that, I don't watch movies because I can't sit still that long. And I've seen the very first few minutes of many movies and then I've left the room. So,
Yes, how the
yeah.
plants are.
plants are good. No change. Haven't got more. Haven't killed any. They are thriving.
That's great. Overland Expo East, the return. Yes, I think we will be at Overland Expo East, which is great. Did someone say dry bag? Can we see it again?
No.
Yeah, I kind of read that and I thought that was a real question, but starting to think
The
otherwise.
dry bag is retired for the
The
evening.
dry bag is done. If you want to see it, you can go buy one.
You've got plenty of them.
It is
Go
in the
buy 'em.
gear store.
It is.
Member exclusive.
Yes. Y'all need a group pick at Supercell? Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
Members only group pick. Another perk. You can't be in the picture unless you're a member. You have to show your black card on arrival. I'm kidding. Only kind of. Laura, how's the Jeep?
So the Jeep is fine. It's having some electrical issues, and as people in the forums know, I don't deal with electrical. I'll do part swaps and oil changes, and that's about as far as I will go. So it's just sitting because the headlights are doing quirky things. So I've been driving the Bronco regularly now.
Someone asked if the dry bag's on back order.
It is not.
In stock and ready to ship to
In
your door
stock.
tomorrow. Okay. Well, I think that's about it. Oh, I think we're going to play video. ARB video. Can we roll
Not
that?
Star Wars.
Not Star Wars. We're not playing Star Wars. Do we have the ARB video?
Playing Star Wars.
Maybe.
Since 1975, ARB has been manufacturing some of the highest quality off-road parts and accessories on the market. And when the 6th Gen Bronco was introduced, they brought their decades of experience to the new Bronco platform. From off-road recovery gear to bumpers, fridges and freezers to storage solutions, there is something to take your Bronco to the next level. And now with Bronco Nation and ARB working in tandem together, we have made it more accessible and easier than ever to get your hands on these incredible parts. So starting today, the entire suite of ARB Bronco accessories are available right on the Bronco Nation site for you to shop. And for those of you at home who are Bronco Nation members, you will of course be receiving the member exclusive pricing on the full suite of parts as well. We are so proud to add ARB to our already extensive list of high quality partners available right on the Bronco Nation site as we continue our pursuit to make Bronco Nation the #1 source for high quality parts and accessories for the Bronco. So if you haven't already, head over to thebronconation.com right now to check out ARB, their entire suite of Bronco accessories, alongside all of our other fantastic partners. Thank you so much for being part of the Nation. You're the reason we do it, and we can't wait to see some of these incredible parts on your incredible vehicles.
Talk about a mood booster. You guys are the reason we do it, of course. Anyways, that's a great note to end on. ARB parts are now available on the site, as well as all of our other partners, Trailrax, Heretics, ARB, Rome, 1552, and many, many more to come, including Ford Performance and some others that you guys hinted at tonight in the chat. We want to be the #1 source for high-quality Bronco parts, so you guys can have the best-looking Broncos on the road. Anything else from the crew before I wrap this one?
Nope, get in the
No.
forums. We'll see
Okay.
you over there.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, it is a pleasure hanging out with you every other week. We will be back in 2 weeks, in 2 Wednesdays from now for another episode of Bronco Nation Live. If you have a special guest who you want to see, let us know. Shop parts, buy badges, sign up for events. We cannot wait to see you in March at Off-Rodeo Texas, in April in Townsend, Tennessee at Supercell, and in May at Bronco Safari in Moab. So it's going to be a great spring and a great summer. We got a lot planned because we love you all. Thanks for joining us. Can't wait to see you in the next one. You guys have a great week. Get outside, enjoy your Broncos. If you're out west, stay safe from the snow, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Don't end it yet, Jason. Hold on.